Okay, on the subject of eggs, somebody was saying I should have organic eggs. Well, I've been going to Lucky. They've gone, a lot of things are organic there, grass-fed, you know. But what I got this last time was al fresco, pasture-raised, ethical eggs. Okay. From Vital Farms. These were made with fresh air and sunshine on green grass under open skies, freedom to forage outdoors year-round. Okay, so these are pasture-raised chickens. They are not even in the hen house. They have their own pasture. Now these were double the price of regular eggs. It's $6 and I think 40 cents or something for a dozen eggs. But they are outdoor chickens, you know. So something to be said for that. You know, they are not raised kept in a hen house where they're locked up or anything. So they're out there in the grass eating their worms and whatever they're digging up, okay? Now, today I was going to make there we have it, a deviled egg. So I did the egg with a little of, I found a wasabi mustard. It's got wasabi and lime, which is also nice. So I made my deviled egg with the wasabi, lime, mustard type of thing. And then for tonight, I decided what I'm going to make is like the Japanese curry. You can buy those Japanese curry, so I do just a little bit of the curry for flavor, you know, not overrun it. You have to be careful with some of the ingredients and stuff when you're doing keto, but I'm going to do some nice greens and vegetables and things, bean sprouts, egg, and do it in a light curry, Japanese style curry. So, you know, all that's been fine. You know, if I want a little snack, what I've done is I have the almond butter. I want to get walnut butter, but I do some almond butter, add some powdered chocolate to that, add a little bit of the monk fruit sweetener, and sometimes I'll roll it in the unsweetened coconut, and it makes a nice tasty treat if you want something, you know, you want something kind of sweet. So that's a nice snack. Another one that I do, what was it I was going to say? There was another one that I do. Oh, the other day I did ricotta cheese, and again mixed it with a little bit of the chocolate, a little bit of the monk fruit, and it's almost like having a like a mousse, like a kind of like a chocolate mousse or something. So I'm finding a lot of things to use the ricotta for. You can mix it with so many things. Sometimes I mix ricotta with a little turmeric and do in my omelet, my eggs, or sometimes mix it with a little miso for different flavorings. I do a lot of things to flavor the ricotta. So these are so easy and so quick to do, very nourishing. I went to the Chinese store, and oh my God, you get a huge bag of bean sprouts. When you go there, it's in a big bag of bean sprouts and a big thing of like bok choy and stuff, or the like the Chinese greens. Which one is it? Like the kind of like a Chinese mustard green. Okay, so I take and just, you know, cut some of those up and grab a handful of the bean sprouts and make with my egg, you know, with whatever, a little soy sauce, a little curry, you know, enough for flavoring. And it's worked really well so far. So I decided today, I did have one half already. I'll have another half in a little while. And then tonight I decided I was going to do the curry egg. Okay. So I'm trying to think of all the different things I can do. Next time I'm going to make, I think, egg makhani, an Indian, which with tomato. You do tomato and you do the heavy cream, a little heavy cream and tomato and butter. And you make this delicious sauce. I don't do too much of the garam masala because I don't like black pepper. I make mine very mild, you know. So you can make that. I'm going to make that with the egg as well. Instead of usually I have Marg makhani, which is a chicken, butter chicken. But I'm going to do the butter egg instead and see how this works. So I'm doing a lot of different types of recipes, and instead of using meat, I'm substituting with the egg and trying to figure out as many easy sauces and things I can do, you know, that'll be really easy along the road in RVing. You know, ricotta cheese you can get anywhere, so easy to use. So do a lot of cheeses, ricotta or, you know, cream cheese. I want to do the ricotta and a little bit of yogurt and make it kind of like a sour cream or something, a little yogurt and you know, give it a little sour. So many things I want to try, and we'll see how it works. Always fun to experiment with cooking, you know, trying to figure different things. I actually found some wasabi powder, you know, just to add if you want a little spice to it. You got to be really careful with the wasabi powder though, you know, and some daikon. I like to have a little bit of the daikon. I make sure that I have the soy sauce that's not with the wheat but just the soy, because for me wheat isn't something that I shouldn't have. So I find the regular tamari with just with the soy rather than the other. And then the other one I want to do is once in a while have the tofu, but of course it's got to be the organic tofu instead of eggs. So eggs or tofu, either one is so easy to do, very quick, very easy. So that's where I'm at with that, you know, working on this, and so far it's worked out well, because, you know, again, I'm going to be in the RV. You have minimal room, so I want to find things that will travel well, that you can use in a lot of different ways, and that are healthy, okay? So, main points. Healthy, travel well, and they're not expensive to do, so working on that. But yeah, as far as the organic eggs, last time I bought pasture raised al fresco from Vital Farms. Okay, chickens under open skies foraging for their food. Out there scratching for their worms and their bugs and all the little things they have anyway. So yes, I paid double what it usually is for eggs, but I'm happy to promote happy chickens. You know, let's have happy chickens. Where's my duck? Every year when it's time to the ducklings, I have a duck that will come up and lay 1 or 2 eggs by my doorstep. So once a year I'll get a couple of duck eggs. I've got all these Muscovy ducks here. If you haven't seen a Muscovy duck, they are the weirdest looking animals on the planet. They look like first time I saw one, I said, what the heck is that? It looks like half rooster and half duck. So anyway, I have a lot of Muscovy ducks around here where I live. So anyway, I try to get to the egg before the raccoon does. There is a raccoon that lives around here, and one time I saw that the egg that they had left an egg by my door, so I didn't see it, and the raccoon found it, because I found little you know, the egg broken everywhere, and I saw these little tracks going down my, a little trail of tracks going down the walkway, and you could see it was little raccoons. Yeah, so that little bugger got to it before I did, but such is life. Okay. So anyway, yeah, no, I like these freedom to forage outdoors year-round. So it's nice, you know. You want, again, happy chicken or pasture-raised, grass-fed beef, or, you know, again, same thing. Open-air chickens. Open-air chickens. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Enough of the egg story today. But I'll let you know how it goes. But again, I'm really amazed that I'm not, because usually I have to have some kind of a heavier protein. If not, my body just gets really shaky. I have to have a heavier protein. It doesn't, you know, vegetarian thing does not work for me. I have to have more grounding than that. It, you know. So that's where that's at. So I'm going to leave this here. I just heard a new thing the other day, though, ovo vegetarian, that ones that are just they eat egg and they're vegetarian. Okay? They don't do dairy. They don't do dairy. They do eggs and they do vegetables and grains and stuff, but I don't do the grains. And I don't do as much fruit. Again, my body is not so good with fruit. I'll get canker sores from it. It's got too much acid for my system, so I don't do too much fruit either. So that's where that is. What are you going to do? Everybody's different. Their chemical makeup is different. And so you have to do what works for your system. You know, not every system is exactly the same. Again, find out what works for your system and go forward, okay? So I'm going to sit here and maybe write out a little list of things I know when I get to Oregon I want to pick up at the grocery store to start my little, you know, my basic things that I have on hand to cook with. Staples, that's the word I wanted to use. It's there somewhere. Senior moments, you know. There is a word for it there somewhere, and I will find it in time. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you online. Aho!